Welcome back. If you've ever heard the term from pasture to plate, you know it refers to the idea of maintaining beef safety and quality from the ranch right through to the consumer. Cattleman to Cattleman's Brian Baxter heads to Maryland, where from pasture to plate fits perfectly.
Not far from our nation's capital, Hedgeapple Farm in Buckystown, Maryland is a peaceful place established back in 1731. It's now a purebred Angus cattle operation owned by the Jorgensen Family Foundation.
Our mission as a foundation is to develop and demonstrate sustainable and profitable models of beef cattle production for beef producers in this region that would be small to mid-sized producers. Our goal is to develop these production and marketing models that can be then copied and used by other producers in their own operations to be sustainable and to be profitable.
We place a really high emphasis on conservation of our soils and acreage, so we have almost a mile of frontage along the Monocacy River, so we have stream buffers and fence the cattle off the rivers themselves. We try to keep permanent pastures in all the river bottom areas to prevent any type of erosion.
The commitment to preserving the land is so strong that the farm has been placed in a conservation easement held by the Maryland Environmental Trust. One of the unique approaches to increasing profits is the transition to a grass-fed operation, offering freezer beef direct to consumers in a restored 1791 log cabin located on the farm.
Our business model is geared around what I like to describe as a consumer that, number one, knows what they want to buy, what they want to eat, and has a higher than average level of disposable income and is willing to spend that income on their diet.
We really saw, especially in this area, there's a lot of smaller families and two-people households that can't really buy a quarter of beef even and don't even have freezer space. So we started exploring the options of doing a retail by-the-cut type of service to people.
You'll also find Hedgeapple ground beef on the menu of local restaurants.
We have been able to get 4 restaurants in Frederick City proper to exclusively use our ground beef. So we deliver ground beef fresh every week to 4 restaurants in Frederick, Maryland, and they are featured, our ground beef is then featured on their menus.
And we mention it on our menu. We mention the local farm, and I just think you can do no wrong if you're serving a good product like that.
While grass-finished beef is not the dominant product in the U.S. beef industry, Barrio says the demand for a local grass-fed product presented a marketing opportunity.
We do not, will not, never will ever market our product at the expense of anybody else's product. This is the beef industry. We are beef producers, and we love the beef industry. You know, they produce Fords and Chevys and Dodges and Toyotas and Nissans for a reason, because there's a demand for all those different products.
Passionate about the beef industry, Barrio also has strong views about the need for premises registration.
Here on the coast, we're targets. There's no question that we are targets for terrorist activity, for the outbreak of a foreign animal disease, the introduction of a foreign animal disease. And I think it's incumbent on all producers to be ready and to be able to respond rapidly as an industry, as an agricultural community. We have to know where the farms are. And that's all that this premises idea is about.
From Hedgeapple Farm in Maryland, I'm Brian Baxter for Cattleman to Cattleman.